All right. What is up, everyone? How are y'all doing this evening? Hopefully you're having a good night. Sorry, just getting things started right now. Just checking out the delay I got on my monitor and on my sound feedback. So give me a second here and let me see what kind of delay I got on my monitor. All right, I got about a 15-second delay on my monitor. Not a big deal. So what is going on with everyone tonight? How are you all doing this Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday evening. All right, let's see. All right, let's give everyone a few seconds to hop on in. All right, I know we've got Wigbusta in here. We've got people logging in now. And of course, everyone, look what I have in front of me. I have 3 tasty yet very different beverages, everyone. So hopefully you have your assorted beverages possible because today's stream is going to be a lot of fun. What's up, Wigbusta? How's it going, man? Is sound picture look pretty good for you, hopefully? So far, everything looks pretty legit on my end. We're just, like I said, going to give it a few minutes, let people log in, let people get settled in so we could hang out, talk some crypto. We're going to talk like government CBDC stuff. We're going to talk about, what can the chain do going forward? Hey, are we out of the pressure, the bear zone? A lot of cool stuff. We got Coach MC hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Coach? How's it doing? Coach chimes in. Looking forward to listening this evening. So glad you're here to join us this evening, Coach. And remember, this Friday, Coach, don't forget we've got another live stream 7 p.m. this Friday. So that's going to be a little bit different theme than what we're doing tonight, but definitely worth something to catch up and hang out with, Coach. All right, so who else do we got with us tonight? Comment in the comment section, in the chat section. So to let everyone know how tonight is going to go, I will preface it with saying this. I will be headed out to Colorado within about a week, literally about a week from now. So I am in hardcore training and detox, getting my body in like really, really good shape. So I'm going through like a cleanse and a detox phase. So I have to kind of watch what I'm doing. So I have 3 choices, okay, for tonight's live stream. And keep that in mind, the fact that I'm training my butt off, getting ready for this Colorado trip. I have 3 choices. I have vodka. We could do shots of vodka tonight. And again, this all depends on the motivation of the group. And what's up, Sniff? What's up, Michael? And what's up, Diego? So we got shots of vodka. And again, this is all dependent upon you guys. You guys have to convince me. I have red wine, which is sweet muscatine, or I've got simple based water. Yep, those are my 3 choices for tonight. Let me know, what are your choices right now in the chat? What are you drinking tonight? Even if it's cool with water. I'm starting off with water now, and like I said, you guys are welcome to persuade me on which one to do. Hopefully Ben is not here because the last time that was a mess, and I'm really trying to train for the Colorado trip. All right, so what we should talk about right now first, all right, is CBDCs. And I know a lot of you out there, all right, a lot of you out there saw this video, and we talked about what is happening now with the Democrats putting in a bill with Congress with CBDCs, saying they want more privacy. They want to make sure that they protect, all right, the privacy of people. It was really, really interesting. And let me go to this here real quick. It was called the e-cash bill, all right? And this is very important for all of us because this e-cash bill, forget this bill. I think we all know that this bill, is probably not going to make it, all right? Let's be real. As it stands, it doesn't, it's not going to make it, all right? But what's going to happen here is you're going to see, you've already got a stance from the Republicans, right? Emmer gave his out first. Now you've got the Dems coming out. The funny thing is they weren't far apart, guys. They were really, really, really close together. So now with the Democrats one, with this e-cash bill, what they really want to bring about, okay, and I want everyone to get on board with this part of the conversation because we're going to direct this at the front of the stream, all right? The front of the stream is going to be about this, all right? With the CBDC, the Dems basically want this to be more private, all right? They want inclusion, right? And they want diversity. They want everyone to have access to it. You know how like everyone has access to cash? They want everyone to have access to this form of e-cash, all right? So that means they said they want it to work offline. Think about that, okay? So digital currency, and they wanted it to work offline, okay? So think about the technology regarding that, all right? Just keep that in mind. In addition to that, they want to preserve privacy and operate without needing cash connection to the internet. The privacy part. They want it to be just like cash. All right, so it's very interesting that the Democrats, again, there's a certain amount of anonymity that both sides want. And see, we thought, right, before all this happened, we thought you would see the Dems and the Republicans be like really far apart. But the reality is they both want similar things. So we are a lot further ahead, everyone. We are a lot further ahead than you think when it comes to the policy negotiation of this part of crypto. So now with CBDCs, let me ask you this, okay? And just to be fair for both sides here for everyone, all right? Because like I said, I do try to be as fair and impartial as I can. Give me a second here. Here's the one from Tom Emmer, Republican Tom Emmer. His was done in January 12th. His basically says he wants the CBDC not to be in control of the Fed, that it would be way too close to China's. We got FedEx here. Hello from Chile. Hello, how are you doing? Hello back to you from South Carolina. This eCash was out in the 80s. Michael O2 chiming in. You know, I don't know if it's like the original eCash. Maybe the premise of it, how they're using it. That could very well be what the deal with that is. But let's talk about this. And this is what I wanted everyone here to talk about, okay? So this is where we get interactive, and this is where we just start brainstorming through this stuff, because it's not just what I think. I want to know what you think too. A true CBDC, all right, would know that I bought, or I think maybe my wife bought this bottle of Tito's vodka, right? A true CBDC would. The one in China, that's going to know what I spent my money on. They're going to know that I bought this bottle of vodka and there's not much left, okay? So they're going to know. If I buy another bottle within, say, like a few more days, they're going to be like, well, hey, wait a minute. Why are you buying bottles of vodka every 2 weeks? The government could regulate, control that. With a hybrid CBDC, they're kind of saying, hey, look, you can have, you know, kind of digital money. Like maybe we keep track of what your lump sum is every month. You get 1,000. Of that 1,000, we don't know how you spend it, but we know you spend 1,000. Or maybe we know you spend 600 a month on this. Maybe it's a tracking system. Who knows? But the idea behind this, okay, is that the whole idea of the CBDC thing is how strict do you want it to go? What we're learning from Congress right now, okay, and both sides, this is both sides. So no one argue politics, none of that kind of crap. Both sides of the aisle are saying, hey, privacy is a big deal. We want this just as private as cash. So if I do something nefarious, I'm going to keep using that word because, you know, they've been using it in these hearings. But if I do something nefarious, right, and I use cash, that's completely untrackable. But on the plus side, right, the positive side of that idea is the fact that everyone has access to cash. Okay, everyone has access to cash. So whatever eCash they do, they need that to translate to the exact same thing. They need eCash to be just like regular cash. But the question is how intrusive do you want it to be? How intrusive do you want CBDCs to be? And that's it. Please, you guys tell me in the chat below. I want to read your comments. I want to read them one by one because I want to know how deep should the CBDC? Should it be a true CBDC where the government can track every one of your bits of spending? Or should it be a CBDC where, hey, they just give you a lump sum and they kind of know what you spend every month. They just don't know where it goes. Or, hey, you know what? The CBDC should be completely private, no tracking, period, other than just for, you know, general ledger. Let me know. In the meantime, comments out there. Diego says, I read Ukraine was going to build their own CBDC, not using Stellar as a consultant. Am I wrong? I have no idea. I have not heard that update regarding Ukraine and the CBDC. The interesting thing with Ukraine is they now have government-controlled media and other government-controlled functions that they're using through their version of executive orders. They're very much putting it under, I just got to watch what I say. They're very much putting it under like a, I don't want to say monarchy, more of like a dictatorship, and that's a very strong word because it's definitely not. But they're doing that just during emergency times right now. If their version of you know, like a CBDC, if they claim, hey, you know what, you guys, in order for Ukraine, you know, privacy, we need to know everything where the spending is going to make sure there is no Russian involvement or stealing or theft or, you know, however angle they play it. That's going to be another intrusive version of a CBDC. Be very interesting how Stellar does that. So no, Diego, I have not. I repeat, I have not heard that. Original Man chiming in. What's up, Original Man? Glad you are here joining us. Original Man says, we don't need it, period. Interesting. All right. And see, and that's interesting because like a true CBDC, I want nothing to do with. I swear to everyone out there, I want a hybrid CBDC, okay? The reason I want a hybrid CBDC is because I really believe that there are people out there. Okay, I want you to think of everyone that uses cash in this world that doesn't have access to loans and stuff like that. You know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff. Imagine those people. They get left out on a lot of technical advancements. They can't trade crypto like this. They can't trade money like this. They have to pay huge fees for Western Union while we all can use like Venmo for free, right? Because, I mean, we're the product. But that's, okay, see the comparison? So for this e-cash thing and a true CBD thing, I really want it to be for the people, and I want it to function just like cash. I do like, kind of like how the Democrats say they want it offline. If I'm going to do like a CBDC, I would want it more like the e-cash way. All right. And the reason being is I understand government corruption. Trust me, I really, really do. But the problem is if you want full openness into their books, you're going to have to give them full openness to yours. And for me, I know the government's hiding way more than, their government is hiding way more than I'm hiding. So I know that screws them over more. But it's still the idea of fully open. Would you want then the government to be able to control it to say, hey, you only can buy one bottle of this a month? Tito's, by the way. So yeah, let me know. Coach MC says Tito's and soda here. Coach, good call, because I got the Tito's here. And again, the drinking mood of the night tonight depends on you guys. It is not on me. We've got Twitch here joining us. What's up, Twitch? How's it going? Wigbuster chimes in. Keep in mind, everyone, smoke and mirrors before Trump left office. He dissolved the Federal Reserves. See, and that's the idea. There's so much policy that goes on here that we need to unravel from both sides. But the nice thing is that both sides are way closer, all right? Way, way closer than we thought. And I do have, this is my cheat glass of wine tonight. That is all I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. And like I said, this is up to you guys. But cheers to everyone out there that is drinking right now or even drinking water. Because don't forget, I have my water here and I have my water here. Muscatine red wine. It's a little on the tart side. Ooh, but it's tasty though. Like a candy tasty without being too sweet. It's really good. Like it. So yeah, CBDCs, that's what we're talking about right now. The other thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys, okay, is the amount of problems, all right? And Michael O2 says eCash already owns the patents for eCash XEC. And that's the whole thing. Like if there is an eCash that's offline like that, that would be awesome. I guess I would need to see like the most current version of it to make sure it's the same thing that we're talking about. And if it is, Michael, please share it in the comments. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, okay, is all the junk on the Stellar chain right now, okay? I really do. I want to talk about this because this is a huge, huge problem out there. And I catch a lot of flack. Let me move this out of the way for everyone right now. I catch a lot of flack because I don't always publish warm and funny stories about Stellar. All right? You know what I mean? I don't. I publish stories that are on both sides of the chain, the good side and the bad side. So first things first, I did this story here about needing regulations, okay? I don't know if any of you guys caught that one. This is the SpongeBob and Patrick one right here. Anyways, long story short, all right? The idea behind this video, and I'll get caught up with you guys in the comments here really soon here. The idea behind this video, all right, is that, where are the regulations? Because a lot of shady stuff is going on. You're seeing a lot of like scam tokens being built all over the place. A lot of these projects out here are getting rugged. There's tons and tons of thievery going on. This one right here, guess what? You can donate to support a person in Ukraine, but there's no physical address, there's no email address, there's no phone number, and their website is this. So think about that. They don't have any information here. So basically, you're giving anyone money. You can't, and that's the whole thing. Even if this is legit, you can't verify it. So think, for a donation-based site, this is horrible. I mean, this is total garbage. And I think a lot of us out there that really care about Stellar, like as a chain, all right, as a chain, What my thing is that the more of these problems that you have, all right, I was talking to Twitch earlier about this, you know, the more of these problems that you have where bots and scams and schemes are the majority of the business that's on your chain, after a while, people won't want to do business on your chain. You don't like, okay, let's all hang out, guys, right? Let's do this, right? So we're hanging out and we got the wife with us, all right? So we got the wife, you know, we got a sitter for the kids, or hey, if you don't have kids, fucking rock on. That's freaking awesome. Let's drink up real quick. But you're hanging out with the wife and you're walking, right? You're walking downtown and you want to get some street food. One alleyway is dark and you see, you know, maybe people doing some weird shady stuff. You don't know, it's really dark, you know. Dirty, dingy, maybe a little like rat, you know, running across the ground. The, you know, opposite side of the street is another alleyway. It's super bright. Wind is blowing through nicely. You know, you got nice tables. You got ladies that are just by themselves walking down the street. You know, like people just sitting there, you know, real nice crowd. Which one are you going to go down? I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. Some of the best food is down like the ones that are the shadiest. Like, I get that. Like, I grew up, you know, I grew up having fun in Chicago plenty when I had some fun at some shady restaurants. But that's the premise is as a person, you're going to choose to go to the one, or the majority of the public is going to go to the one that's brightly lit. They're going to go to the safe option, right? And that's my problem is the majorities, all right? The majorities of these chains out here are being just filled up with just way too much garbage. Way too much garbage. And so I get crap. I get crap from viewers out there saying, dude, why aren't you talking more positive stuff? Because you have to cover some of this negative stuff. And this is not just me talking about it, all right? This is me talking about this, all right, with other people, all right? Think about this. This is me and Lumens Swap, all right? Lumens Swap community manager. This is a conversation. I'm showing you guys my Twitter. Why? Because I'm open with you guys. Been talking, you know, on Twitter with him, right? Mr. John, right, at Lumens Swap community manager. This is exactly what we were talking about. We're talking about the problem with bots. All right, we're talking about how crappy it is that bots are taking up so much time and so much money. And you guys are like, whoa, Klaus, wait a minute. Maybe you're just overreacting with how bad bots are. Well, for all my friends out there, all right, that are maybe in like their mid-30s on older, all right, not to date myself, but I am mid-30s, you know, and older. I don't know how much older, I won't say. But like for all my friends out there, you guys remember MySpace. Remember how MySpace got ruined by bots? Remember the AOL chats, the early AOL chats? Remember ASL? You remember that? Like hitting up every chick with ASL, right? You want to make sure you weren't talking to a dude, so you'd put like ASL in, right? Age, gender, sex, whatever, location, right? It was age, sex, location, Jesus Christ. So think about that. That got ruined by bots. All right? So here I have a conversation with Trey Trillionaire. You guys seen Trey Trillionaire on the chats? You've seen him. You've seen him in these live streams commenting. You've seen him comment in the videos. You guys have seen me talk about Trey. Trey's in the Discord often. Wigbusted knows Trey. I mean, smart man. All right. Here's Trey and I talking, and here's what I say. See, the public doesn't really see how bad it is. Lumen Swap on Twitter was talking about the same thing. Trey Trillionaire says, and here we go. And now Trey is working on a crypto project himself, separate of me. Separate of anything I'm working on. This is his project, his domain, his thing. And this is a project he's working on, and he's based out of Tanzania. So nowhere near the United States, but this is what he says. It's a constant discussion in the developer space, and I'm sure most of the time is dedicated to preventing hacks, fraud, and scams. Trey Trillionaires keeps going on to say, we got 10,000 followers in 24 hours with majority bots flooding our Twitter page. So these are bots now just destroying pages of crypto projects. It's still going as we speak. And here's my point to that, okay? I'm an operations person with a background, ready? As we speak. And that stops people from working on things that actually add value to the project. So that's my point, everyone. And here's what Trey Trillionaire says, a person that is working on a crypto project. All right? Exactly. We had 2 meetings already this week, especially about those issues. It's very annoying. How much time is wasted on these meetings on how to deal with bot scams and scammers? All right. This is the big problem that the network, and not just Stellar, it's all networks are having. So no, it's not just me like hitting the panic button with clickbait. Like seriously, and like this is what bugged me about the last video. or last couple videos. Like this one here, people are like, oh, dude, this is way too clickbait. You can be more positive about this. No, you can't be positive about leech tokens when I have community members on Twitter talking to me about it, right? This is all we were talking about, right? Me and Mr. John LSP, the Lumens Swap community manager, all right? I see Justin here. What's up, Justin? How's it going, man? So there, you see what I mean? So we were talking about their community manager side, and now here I am talking with someone on the developer side about how big the problem is here. So no, this is not me. All right, this is not me. Okay, you guys want the other problem with bots? The other problem I have is how much damn time I spend on comments. Here we go, I'll open up comments. Boom, sorry, I already have one on the screen right now. Someone steals my picture, they put a WhatsApp on here, right? I go to report, and then first I report it for the spam thing. Don't worry, guys, because I could scroll on down. Oh, because look, it's on the next one right here. Here's another one. And let's just hide the user from the channel. This should remove the rest of them as... But see what I mean? They're commenting on all of them. The bots are there and ruining the conversations. Twitch and I were talking about this earlier, how big of a problem this is. War Galley, chiming in. This is what I love, you guys. You guys telling me the comments below. And like I said, depending on you all is how this night goes, whether I go Tito's, red wine, or if I stick with water and be a good kid. Remember, that is all based upon you guys tonight. Give me 1 second. Let me let the dog out. Can you let the dog out, please? Let him out. Sorry, my big dog is very, very sick. Like super, 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 super sick. Like very, very sick. So when I see him get up like as fast as he can, which isn't fast, and get to the door, I gotta let him out. So sorry about that. So anyways, getting back to the comments, all right, is that, and it says, I love XLM, says hello, back to you too. Twitch says, I'm working on it, Klaus. Just give me a few more months and I'll have you a working bot destroyer. Vegan Habibi Justin says water. And yes, for those of you that don't know, I am taking a trip to Colorado where I am hiking, and this trip's a little different than my last one. My last one was really extreme off trail and it was a lot of fun. This one's got a few more added dangers because this one, they're still having freezing temperatures. They're still having really, really cold temps out where I want to go. And they're still having snow and 30-mile-an-hour wind on certain sides of the mountain faces. So this one's a little bit more dangerous. So I've been detoxing and keeping it clean with the water. I've actually been doing really good. I did pour myself 1 small glass of red wine, nothing crazy. So Justin is saying water. So Justin, here you go, man. I got you on water. But bots, scam schemes are a huge problem, right? This one uses the Ukraine thing, all right? This goes off of playing off of people's emotions with Ukraine and is a total scam. All right, we've got us talking about it all over the place in Discord. All right, I've got the Discord snip right here from Trade Trillionaire and I talking about it. And he, think about it. So Trade Trillionaire says, we had 2 meetings a week regarding this, and it's frustrating. Think about this. So here's the problem. The problem is how much productivity is lost on our favorite chains, on our favorite projects. Even if there's sub-projects, mini projects that you guys like, how much time is wasted on these projects by bots, right? They cost these companies money, right? So people have to keep funding it. I mean, it's ruining the system. War Galley says, winter storm warning for tonight here with an expected 8 to 12 inches of snow. Yeah, that's my point. I'm going to be literally on the road in Colorado in a week. And the reason I've been really, really training hard and maybe a little bit more quiet, I've been trying to get ready because I'm going with my son, and it is the weather is real rough, but it's the only time we can make it because it's it's during his Easter break for school. So it's not something that we could plan like a special date on it. We kind of had to work around his Easter school break. So yeah, that's why I'm getting ready for Colorado. That's why I'm detoxing so heavy. That's why I am way thinner right now, because I am dropping tons and tons of weight getting ready for Colorado. All right, so back to the story at hand. We have bot scammer schemes all over the place, okay? We're talking about it here. Twitter, we're talking about it, on the videos. We're talking about all these Help Ukraine junk tokens right here. Big problem on the stream right now. What is the best thing we can do? Inform people. War Galley says, but this is in the UP, not Colorado. Yeah, where I'm heading at in Colorado, where we want to do base camp, is about 9,000 to 10,000 feet, depending on, again, side of the mountain, was the last storm, wind faces, stuff like that. So we're dealing with altitude-based snow up there and lots of wind at this time of year. So lots of fun stuff. But yes, very cool. I love the UP, by the way. Good fishing area. State line lakes of Wisconsin, good fishing, by the way. So yeah, what's on everyone else's mind tonight? We could talk more CBDC stuff, because that kind of has me going a little bit here, because I think we all say we don't need true CBDC. We don't want a true CBDC like what China's going to do. I think all of us would hear, and what's up, Jimmer365? Jimmer says, what's good, Klaus? What is good with you? I love XLM. I just saw your comment. I like that. But I'll get back to that. Jimmer365, things are going very, very well. Today, I'm deciding I'm detoxing for my trip to Colorado, because I have to do a lot of climbing and hiking. But I have Tito's just in case. I have red wine, and I also have water with. And I have been hitting water quite heavily, because like I am literally detoxing and flushing my system out. So I've been trying to be as good as possible. Twitch Radio says, educate, inform, and repeat. Basically, that's all we can do, everyone. Educate, inform, and repeat. Show everyone out there the problems that we're seeing with these projects that have zero information. Jimmer is saying, snowboarding in Utah this week. Good for you, Jimmer. Jimmer, in a week, I'm in Colorado, man. I am in Colorado, and I'm going to be in elevation above the trees. Snow or not, Bob and I are going to go. We just have to pick our path depending on avalanche forecasts and so forth. So, yeah, Jimmer, definitely stay safe out there. You will be out there before I am. I will be gone for about 2 weeks, everyone, just so you guys know that. I will be gone, and I'll come back right before Easter. FedEx says, Mr. Robot Economy goes down, so the government and a private company create an e-coin to save money that people lost. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's a joke, but the problem is that the need for digital money is huge, because of, seriously, people that are in cash-based societies, heavy cash-based spending, do not have access to the loans and the quick amount of capital that we do. Cash-based societies, they don't have the same sales capability. Think about this. Think of places that could sell online, but they can't, because they don't have any digital forms of payment. Don't get me wrong, I understand shipping and logistics problems, but payment, you still got to get paid for your product first. You can't ship it without getting paid. That's step one, is getting paid. Jimmer says, hell yeah, brother, enjoy and be safe. Yeah, we will. We will definitely be safe. We're going to be heading out to Colorado. We might hit a few other states along the way. It just depends on how the weather is. We just got to play it by ear and see what happens. Twitch says, make sure you take lots of pictures. I'm going to do even better than that, Twitch. I'm going to post all my Colorado content on the other channel. And for those of you that don't know, and oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about with everyone here. Let's know, we're not going to watch House of Pain jump around. Real quick, everyone, while I am gone, all right? I know a lot of you guys keep up with the channel, but while you guys, while I am gone, all right, I'm going to be doing a trip. This trip is like a Colorado trip. It is not crypto, okay? I'm going to be posting all the updates of everything that I'm doing. It's going to be on this channel, Adventures with Klaus, okay? So while I'm going doing the Colorado thing, I'm probably going to be posting very minimally any updates on this channel. Actually, I know I'm not going to post any updates on this channel because it's travel related. But the updates of my Colorado trip, all right, I'm going to be posting all the updates on Adventures with Klaus. Make sure you subscribe to that. Check out the videos for it. Bob and I are going to be going. I already went last year, and it was a blast. So I'm going to do it again. A lot of fun. Wigbusted chimes in. So everyone is fearing the collapse of the dollar, but on the real, it's the collapse of the fiat paper nothing. Gold coin, silver coin will automatically take over. And that's, Wig, that's kind of like, that's it. That's the essence of all this is the problem is it's not just the utility of paper money, but it's how much paper money has screwed over trading. Think about it. Naked shorts is like a version of paper money, printed money, isn't it? You created more shorts than what there actually was available. Naked shorts, you guys know what I'm talking about, GameStop. Think about that. That's the same concept as printed money. Right? Same idea. You're printing more of a supply than what you have back again. Ideally, as soon as you pull off the gold standard, that's what you're doing. Yeah. I love XLM, and I love the name, by the way. I love XLM says the EU Parliament Econ in live committees are scheduled to vote on TFR Thursday, March 31st. That is tomorrow. I wonder what time that is. Very, very curious about what time that is. But yeah, and Twitch Radio chimes in sweet. Thank you very much. But yeah, so just let everyone know out there, while I am gone, I'm going to be in Colorado again, all right? Why? Because I can, and because it was a lot of fun, and because I had a blast out there in Colorado, and I could play this video because it's on my other channel and I won't copyright myself. But FedOx says this eCash would be backed, and that's kind of what I'm worrying about there, FedOx, is I don't know if the eCash would be backed. And that would be my problem too, is you guys, wouldn't you really, seriously, wouldn't you guys really, really want, if we were going to ever go in a CBDC model, just hear me out. And by the way, this was my Colorado video from last year, and I'm going to top that this year by doing even more adventurous stuff, off trails, and really crazy. And this was on with my little doggy Leia. What a sweetheart. Would eCash be back? Think about this. If you wanted a government-based CBDC, all right, think about this, government-based CBDC. Would there in any way you want it not to be backed? You would want it to be backed by something gold, silver, bronze, something, all right? You get my point? You would want it to be backed with something. Otherwise, couldn't the government just keep printing it over and over and over again? Couldn't the government just kind of crank out like the CBDCs again? If it's not backed by anything, what's the point? It's just paper money all over again. Twitch chimes in saying, would it be dishonest not to copyright your own material when you're using it on your other channel? Yeah, I know. I'm specifically playing material from my other channel because like I was just saying, I am going to head back to Colorado. I'm going to beat and outdo the content that you have seen in this video here. I'm going to outdo it because I'm taking my son with too. And so we're going to be going to Colorado. So all the updates for Colorado, I'm going to be doing on this channel here, which is Adventures with Klaus. All right. And this is Colorado. Like I said, you got to go above the trees and you got to drive the most treacherous roads. Twitch chimes in. That's beautiful out there. Yes, Colorado is beautiful. I loved it. I'm going back at least twice this year. Love going out there. Justin chimes in, XRP to $10, XLM to 5 this year. You know, if something big happens, them candles can go green and they can go green for a long, long time. All right. FOMO can do anything. All right. The other thing, and I'm going to bring this up. All right. So Justin, this is for you. Okay. Justin chimes in. All right. This year, let me ask you guys this, right? We talk about bots, scams, schemes, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. The reason why bot scams and schemes happen a lot on chains like Stellar, chains like XRP, and almost like every chain, is because it's affordable. It's cheap to run the scam. Think about this. If it's so cheap to move money on Stellar, doesn't that also mean it's super cheap to run scams on Stellar? Yeah. So that's part of the problem. So eventually what's going to happen is these tokens from a mechanical perspective, if they really want to push scammers out, they're going to have to make each one of these tokens worth more. Now, granted, the stroops, right? Keep the stroops the same. All right. The fees needed, right? The gas needed. All right. The 0.001 XLM. But somehow they're going to have to change it where that price is going to have to go up, or they're going to have to increase the stroops, right? Increase the fee. Instead of 0.001 XLM, they might have to go 0.0005. So you got Matt Wallace and Miles G, Pump and Dump Con artists. Oh, yeah, totally. Mike Stu chiming in. What's up, Mike? How's it going? Let's see. Wigbus chimes in. I love XLM. Basel 3 also needs to be adopted in the European market soon. I love XLM agrees with Wig. Good call on that one, Wig. You got I love XLM. €1 is $1.2, but €1 is $303. How is that possible? That I do not know. And there's sorry, I'm just reading your guys' comments right now. Scammers with profit margins, that's funny as hell. And that's the whole idea. So how do you guys get out of that, right? How do you get out? Oh yeah. Hey bud, how's it going? Sorry, I got my big doggy back in here with me. So yeah, please make sure you subscribe to the other channel, Adventures with Klaus, because that is where I'm going to be posting all my updates while I'm traveling next week. And I have my sick big doggy here today, guys. Oh, he is not feeling good. He is down there on the floor. We got him behind the big green screen. What's up, buddy? Yeah, he's not feeling good. He's kind of old. Yeah, it's kind of sad. He's getting there old. So if I gotta get up and take care of him, he's not feeling too good. He's not doing so good. So, But yeah, so that's what we got going on. What is up with everyone else right now? How is everyone doing tonight? What is the vibe? What is the feeling? All right. Well, how are we feeling about CBDCs? How are we feeling about the crazy amount of scams and spams projects that are on our chains? These are on all chains: BNB, Stellar, XRP. Oh my God, ERC20 stuff. This is all the chains. All right. These are on all the chains. How do we get around that? Do we increase the fees? All right, and if you guys want to know if there is a coin pumping on the Stellar chain, I don't know if any of you guys know how to find this kind of stuff. Here, I'm going to show you guys how to find a coin pumping on the Stellar chain. So if you guys want value, all right, legitimately, if you want value, all right, and you want to know why this stream is really cool, I'm going to show you. So go on to Stellar Expert, and you want to sort, okay, and you want to sort this by weekly traded volume. All right, what is the hottest over the last week in volume? And this will tell you here which projects are trading the most in this last week. All right, so on some of these you can tell they are pumps. This is that Help Ukraine one. You can see the obvious pump right here. Dun, 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 dun. Pretty easy to see. But yeah, just something for you guys out there. If you are interested in looking at the chain, looking to see what's pumping as assets on the native chain, Stellar, you can do that by searching by not overall rating, but by weekly trade volume. So there you go. Just another helpful tip for everyone out there who loves Stellar and all things Stellar. And I will admit, though, this red wine, though, is really, really good. It is a little on the tart side, but it is really, really good. So that's the stories we've been dealing with tonight. Let's actually check the price while I am here. Give me a second, everyone. Let's go to this. Look at the chart. So we got Stellar at 23.5 right now. So now I'm going to ask all of you out there that are watching, let's put this out to the 1 month chart, and let's put this out to the 3 month, okay? I want you to look at this trough right here in January, and again, this trough right here in late February and March. FedEx says you should take a lot of pictures in your trip and we can vote and make the best and do an NFT. We can do whatever we want. So yes, I like that idea. And remember, check that channel out just because that's how I'm going to be communicating with all of you. But I got the Stellar charts up on the screen. Got it set to 3 months, all right? Coach MC chiming in. And remember, Coach Twitch, remember there's that live stream this Friday. Coach chimes in, the lobster wallet has its fair share of scam tokens. I'm a victim myself. That's and sorry to hear that, Coach. But there's so many out there. It's a numbers game. It is legit a numbers game. All right. I love XLM chimes in. I have 5,817 XLM, but I also have 430 XRP. I made the last 2 weeks 400 euros. Yes, good move. Short-term money being made lately, and that's what I want to talk about. There are going to be people that are going to take profits. Why? Because they wouldn't. It makes total sense. People that bought in at the 17, 18 cents right now can easily make 20, 30, 40%. It's super, super easy right now. So that's the thing. Is Stellar going to hold on? Are they going to break through this? Because think, we haven't cleared 25 cents yet. And if you look at the last point where Stellar failed, that's right here. They didn't make it all the way to, they made it to 25.6 in that particular day. They could not hold 25 cents. So is Stellar going to be able to hold that here, that 25 cent mark? It was 25.6. So they're somewhere right up about here. All right, we're not even at that point yet. And then we got to worry about the 30 cent mark, which we saw we had problems there to begin with. So we have a couple big hurdles. Is this the bottom? Are we in the bottom right now? You guys tell me, what are your thoughts? Are we in the bottom? Wigbusta hits us up with a good one. The Russian ruble has reversed most of its losses. The Moscow stock index was up 4% yesterday. How are those sanctions working out? The sanctions will cost us more than the Russians. And that's my point. Remember a while ago, everyone, I was talking out there about Biden executive orders. And I said, even if it's something crazy, I was like, once something crazy even gets happened, we then have time how to thwart it, how to work around it, how to beat it. Okay? That's exactly what happens with these sanctions. All right? Once these sanctions happen, there's workaround. All right? We'll take Russia off of BRICS, right? So what? Then they're going to transact money another way. Maybe they'll use crypto. Maybe there's going to be people out there that have a whole bunch of rubles. Maybe that was the currency they were using to hedge their portfolio. It happens. There's Forex out there that's rubles. There's people that are hedging large chunks of rubles. Now they can buy oil at a premium using their rubles. They gained buying power. So yeah, that's the whole thing is, and that's why I was upset with the Biden executive order was it was weak and they delayed it. They delayed a weak piece of crap. Come out with something hard and we can work around it. Come out with something soft and we're like, oh, okay, now what do we do next? Russia's finding ways to work around. Russia's totally finding ways to work around. Let's see. I love XLM, and I love XLM's name, so keep that name. I think Ripple SEC case will shoot up Stellar's value totally. There's so many people right now that are tying the success of Stellar to XRP. Very much so. Very, very much. Not that they're going to go up together, but it's the idea that, hey, they could pull each other up, especially in an SEC case right there. All right, little different because Stellar's a nonprofit, so they use that token very differently than what Ripple uses it for, right? Than how they use XRP, especially because it's a nonprofit. Remember, that's the big deal. Stellar's a nonprofit, so that makes a huge, huge difference. So, yeah, I think that's what we have to ask ourselves. We haven't even broken 25 cents yet. And look at this last time here. This last time here, this took from February 2nd to February 7th, 5 days. It went from, right, that 18 cents to try to hit that 25. 5 days. Here, from our low of the 6th, we're at 3+ weeks. 3+ weeks. So 5 days to 3+ weeks. So even the intensity of this movement here is nowhere near as strong as the previous attempts. And then we still get back to the original point of resistance, which is 42 to 43 cents. Which is amazing because we just got a comment in that I want to read. Shit's gnarly. I like that. Shit's gnarly. I like that. Been holding XLM for a while now, thinking I should have taken profits around 35-40 cent mark. I hope me holding my will help you clear soon. And that's my whole point is think everyone else out here. There's a lot of people that once Stellar gets in at 35-40 cent, they're going to take profits. They really are, because there's a lot of people that have had time into this whole time period right here. There's a bunch of people still that bought up here when prices were crazy high that are still holding on waiting. So you have a lot of people, right, as you break through 25 cents, as you break through 30 cents, 42 to 43 cent mark. As you break through those barriers, there's going to be classes of people that are going to want to dump just to break even, just to get out of it. So just kind of keep that in mind as we go forward here, and we also don't have the volume. See how I'm zoomed out here on the screen? And you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, right? All the volume that's right here. See it? See it right here? I've moved it to the right side of the screen. That's the volume of last year. And now compare it to what you see right here. There's nothing right here volume-wise. Very, very little. So even this last move here hasn't brought the bulls out. It definitely hasn't brought out the bull money. I mean, look at this move right here. You haven't seen any spike in volume in this rally. Zoom out so you guys can see there's no spike yet. There's no oomph yet. Justin chimes in, holding till XLM hits 100. And that's my point here. Does XLM have to hit 100 to stop all these bots from happening? Scams and schemes? I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but is that what happens? Right? With these scam and schemes, can we price them out of the market? It sounds crazy, but think about this. What government person, what person would want to have their money moving on a token that's cheap in value? Sub $1. It's like a penny stock. What big company or government wants to work with a penny stock? No, I mean, it's going to have to be more so of a more established, higher value dollared item. And again, you need that to get rid of the scams and schemers to price yourself out. Twitch chimes in, not a super technical analysis guy. Well, that's good, because technical analysis in a market that's not technically trading right now is not really worth the time. So you did good on that, Twitch. Twitch says, not a super TA guy. Unless you're talking Trans Am, and then you got a problem, because I am a huge Trans Am fan. WS6 Trans Am fan, by the way. Not a super TA guy, but if XLM gets above that 25 cent, there may be more people seeing it, and it helps the consensus around the project itself. There is, let me show you something on that. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick here. StockTwits. I don't know if any of you guys ever use StockTwits for stuff, but I go on StockTwits, and let me put here XLM Stellar Lumens. Okay, here let me show you. So you go on StockTwits, all right, and it's a message board with some like very, you know, rudimentary charting capabilities. Okay, nothing too crazy. But if you go on here, you're able to track message volume and sentiment. So what's really interesting to see is you can see how many more people are hyped up about it. You can compare it to the charts. I mean, you can use all this data, overlay it with each other. So if we go back here to StockTwits and we see that it starts in late January, we could blow our chart up like that. We can make our chart start late January like this, right? So now this chart matches this one, and you can kind of see that it makes sense. Price goes up, volume of people chattering about it goes up. You can see a stronger baseline of the chatter going up. So there's some, and you guys got some good ones here. There's some other indicators. The other thing you want to look at is sentiment. You can do the same thing with sentiment. See what I mean? Sentiment, right, is look at this. There has been a huge drop in sentiment over this lately, where it's up at 95% right now. Think about that. So at 3.7, March 7th, go to the price at March 7th. So when it was at its lowest, at 17 cents, look at the bail rate you had of people right here. Look at the difference of that chart. That is an amazing change right there. Amazing change. Twitch chimes in, no, maybe more like 20 to 40 to do that. It's just an educated, quick guess. And that's, we were talking about, can you price out scam schemes and all that stuff? Because that's one way of doing it too. Because the reason there's so many scam schemes and poop coins on the Stellar chains, Lobster Wallet stuff, the reason why is because it's so cheap to do it. It is so cheap to do it. Wigbuster chimes in, 72 Cougar, XR7, Eliminator, 454 with cherry bombs. Shits and gnarly. I like that. Shits and gnarly. Good name there. Way to go. Way to go on the name. And by the way, if you do have a drink, I do have red wine. And remember, dependent upon how persuasive you guys are, I will do shots of vodka tonight, red wine, Hatteras red wine, or water. But I'm letting everyone know I am trying to detox right now, so do not kill me tonight because, my God, I have to stay exercising tomorrow. Shitsnarly says, the fact that Doge and Shiba are still prominent on the top market indicates to me that the general public isn't ready for real coins to step up. Do you think the memes need to be abolished? It's not about the memes being abolished, but Shitsnarly, dude, I've been saying that this whole time. The market's not mature enough yet. And the way you can tell the market's not mature enough is because people are still working on SHIB. They're still working on Elon coin on the Stellar chain. All right? They're still working on, like weird Doge stuff. I mean, like, it's just too much. Or the weird Help Ukraine one that's a piece of shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard because there is a lot of crap out there. Twitch says, see, I don't like their charts on there, though, because I feel like they're off in a lot sometimes. Very true statement. I just use StockTwits for their message volume chart so I could see what, how people are hitting it. Like maybe message volume comes a day before the price spike. I just look for metrics like that and correlations. And I also look at the sentiment to see how low is it going. Because remember, I buy when blood is in the street, so I buy when sentiment is least. All right, so this is a really good market sentiment one right here for everyone. Gnarly says, before we see a real surge in useful coins and tokens, can they coexist? And that's my whole thing. I think they can coexist, but the problem is the market is just not mature enough to get through this. I mean, they're just not, the market's not mature. Dude, straight up, like this token on here doesn't have a phone number, no physical address, no email address, no nothing. Like, and yet they expect you to be comfortable investing with them. Why? Because their name is Help Ukraine. Like, dude, that's nuts, man. So that's where we're at. And we're at the point where people are still buying into this crap. They're still buying into this stuff. So it's a huge problem, guys. Huge problem out there. Let's see. I Love XLM says, don't you think when XLM handles trillions, the fees could rise up? Yes, exactly. And I Love XLM, that's exactly my point. When the money starts flowing on the chain with legit stuff, all right, legit projects that add value to the chain, not projects that take value off the chain, that's when Stellar starts hitting its stride. When you start looking at Stellar Expert, all right, and when you look at ledger performance, and when you start seeing these transactions here in the 20, 30, 40 million transactions a day range, and it's of moving actual, like, legitimate projects that are bringing names to Stellar, investment to Stellar, that's when the price moves. but you need regulations first. You really do. You need regulations. Why? If you don't know, watch this video. Patrick can explain it to SpongeBob. I can explain it to you. No worries. We can all get on the same page. If you have not seen this video, see this video because it talks about why regulations are so important. And why are they important is because scams and schemes and all that are just running rampant all over, and it's holding back investment. It holds back money. Twitch chimes in. Half these companies don't even know what direction they want to go in. They're all afraid to choose a different path because they're so used to what they're doing now. The legacy system is going to plague us for a while. Yes, Twitch, you have been around the channel for a while. Think about this. What do I always talk about? Delays cost you money. Delays cost you money. That's all this is doing, right? Delays cost them money. It is going to plague us for a while. So I really don't know if we could get a big market, like a true market run. I think you could get mini pops. I really do. I don't see any problem with why we can't see mini pops in the near future. But a sustained let's rip and roar this bad boy, the ecosystem's got to be way healthier first. It's got to be way, way healthier first for that to happen. I mean, think about it. We can't sit here and clap our hands and celebrate at 23.5 cents. We can't do it. You can't sit here and tell me you're happy with the performance. I love the product. Love the product. But they got to fix the problem on the chains, and they got to get more legitimate businesses running on running on all crypto chains. All crypto chains. This is not a Stellar problem alone. This is a problem with all chains out there. Look at BNB. Yeah. Tell me how good Binance is doing out there with all the scam schemes and bots and junk like that ruining that. Wigbusted chimes in. I love XLM adoption and big money flow. Also, FOMO buys when price is moving. 98% of the people are not in the market. And that's true, right? And then the big money isn't in the market. The SEC is not letting people get in the market. The real reason Bitcoin maxis are mad. Their human trafficking coin is being brought to a halt and banned everywhere. You can only be mad at yourselves for getting tricked into buying junk. Way to go. I love the statement. Gnarly hits. Once XLM markets, it's over. I've discussed the partnerships and deals they've already established with coworkers, and they're mind blown. Anybody would invest in XLM if they knew the utility. And gnarly, you know, I'm so with you on that. And it's because I really do believe that Stellar needs to market more. I really do. No matter, even if they know that the outcome is that they're going to be used by, you know, banks, people, governments, and so forth, they still have to market their product. Because the true mission of Stellar is helping the underbanked. The only way you help the underbanked is by getting word out to the people. You can develop... Where the hell is my phone? You can develop whatever fancy technology you want to put on this phone. But if people don't have cellular reception, or if they don't have a smartphone, or if they're in the middle of who knows what remote area, what good is any of this technology going to do with them? So if Stellar somehow doesn't get out to these crowds of people that are its best customers, it's a huge miss in my book. But that's the whole thing. Stellar needs to get to those people. They need to get to those grassroots users out there. I love XLM says, I have patience. I'm sure the price of XLM goes up when ISO rolls in. Yep, and that's the other thing, too. ISO is going to be a huge move. It's going to bring a whole bunch of people into the payment corridor system about Stellar. Twitch chimes in. If you were able to sit with Stellar right now and ask them or tell them something, what would be the one thing you would say? Just saying somebody might be listening. All right. So if I were to tell Stellar how I would do this, I would tell them that they need to start connecting with a very young age group. And here's why. The young age group spreads concepts and themes on fire across the internet on fire, right? In a fast pace. Not necessarily that that's the market that Stellar would be going after. But if you want a message to get out as fast as possible, you have to use the youth right now. Especially when it comes to something as crazy. Think about this. As crazy as a concept as digital currency. Because think of us in the sphere right now. We're a little bit more versed than the general public about cryptocurrency. How do our kids understand utility tokens? No, they just understand SHIB Doge. That's my point. Now the kids understand SHIB Doge. They'll walk around with the t-shirts, right? The hats, the headbands. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I would tell Stellar to go after the youth and explain your mission. The best thing you could do is get aligned with people that have similar values as to you. All right? Similar values to you. Here's I'll take that a step further. Right? We always hear like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Think of all the people out there that fight for people that are taken advantage of, right? The poor, the undertreated, the underbanked, the underserved. Align yourself with the foundations that help the underserved. Align yourself with food banks. All right? Actually help people build wallets, build crypto systems, okay? A lot of homeless do have cell phones. I'm telling you right now, in the United States, this is just applicable in the United States, a lot of homeless do have cell phones. I've worked with the homeless before, quite a bit. A lot of homeless do have cell phones. And they just use Wi-Fi off of places that they stay at. It is very common. But across the world, seriously, get with organizations that do humanitarian aid. Because the humanitarian aid, all right, the humanitarian aid out there right now, the people that are receiving humanitarian aid are the same people that could receive the assistance from what Stellar is doing. And I think that's where Stellar's biggest disconnection is right there. I understand that they're going after grassroots things like in Africa, you know what I mean? Like the hackathon stuff. That's on the developer end. But right now, you should have a solution. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do. But right now, Stellar should have a solution that they could deploy at any area and simply roll out the same project, right? Develop one system and just kind of roll it out into different markets. Okay, so where's my... Okay, here we go. So this is one of my tablets, all right? This tablet, when you first turn it on, comes in like 20 different languages. Why can't Stellar program modules work with someone on like the cheapest smartphone you've ever seen in your life? Satellite technology? I don't know, guys. I'm just spitfiring it here. But why couldn't they work with someone in a package that was already done? Turnkey. The person just goes in there, hits their language, boom, digital wallet, let's roll. You go to straight humanitarian and you work directly with humanitarian organizations, use their rails, use their networks, use their affected groups of people, and get them using your product. And the best way you're going to get that ball rolling is get the youth involved, tell them about how good on a humanitarian part Stellar can be. That's what Stellar needs to do, in my opinion. Sorry about that. Twitch chimes in. You have to build the infrastructure before you reap the rewards. Twitch Radio says, mic drop. Thank you for that. Michael 02 says, Stellar needs TV advertising. Yes, they do. They need TV. They need all sorts of media, and they need to attract all sorts of people. And they have to interact. That is one of the things I understand. This is not about price of Stellar. This is about growing the ecosystem. They need to interact more with people. I think there's a lot of people that really believe in Stellar and would love to help. They don't know how, and they have to find ways to connect better with them. They do have a really cool Discord. I will give Stellar that. But you got to take it a step further, and you got to use the resources of the network. You know, I scratch my back, you scratch yours. I might have connections that you don't have, and you might have resources that I don't have. Let's work together. Seriously, there's a big enough group of people out there that love Stellar that I don't think there should be a problem that is unsolvable. There you go. See, I got some good ones out there. Wigbuster hits us up. Everyone, I don't believe they need to use the marketing money. If you know the outcome of the end game, would you spend the money? I would spend the money to go to the user. That's my whole thing, Wig. I would want it to go to the user. I would want it to go to the people that need it, right? I would want the advertising to go to tell people, hey, we have a product, you know, that we could just deploy to people that are running into, you know, financial issues. Cash-based societies, we have a product. It would be huge. War Galley chimes in, which is what XLM has been doing, building the infrastructure and getting the deals and partnerships lined up first before really pushing the marketing. And that's exactly my point, is they needed to build it first. They needed to build it first, but man, they got to go after people. You got to go after people. You have to do it. And you got to go after them kids, because that's how you're going to prop this going forward. Kids can get your knowledge base out there like crazy. So, okay, here, I'll show you guys my point. I wear a hat like this, and I walk around. Very, 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 very few people are going to know this logo. I wear the same hat, but instead it's got a Bitcoin logo. You know how many more people are going to understand the Bitcoin logo or the Ethereum logo? Got to get your name out there. You got to get it out there for the people that are going to use your product. Use your product. I'm not talking about like the devs or like I mean the devs obviously too, but I'm talking about end user, right? The most expensive part of Rails is the last few feet, all right? And that's what they need to do here, right? Tying up all the loose ends. I get that. That part of development is super important, but it's end user stuff. I love XLM. Maybe it's just too early now to show up on TV and add ads elsewhere. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I do think it is early to see like the kind of, hey, we've got this finished product rolling out. But man, they could really seriously look at all the people. Just help me out here. How many people out there have old cell phones lying around? This is my tablet, so it's not old. It's just representative of old. But how many of you guys, I like not in this room, but in my other room, I've got like 4 or 5 old cell phones. They're smartphones. Just like in the Stellar commercial, why can't we rip a simple project? Ooh, and Twitch radio, firing up the grill. Ooh, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. I got to eat a little bit more tonight. I'm feeling a little calorie low right now. I need to eat a little more. But why couldn't we do that? It was in the Stellar commercial. Why can't we take old phones we have lying around, reprogram them, develop a wallet, and at least help people that are in migrant situations move their money across? Like, why? We have plenty of them. I mean, let's be real here. All right? So all those, remember Cash for Clunkers? Where they gave you how much for the cars? Why doesn't Stellar do something like that? Right? Work with the government to sponsor some sort of matching funds that's for everyone that, donates an old, cell phone. They get like a $20 gift card somewhere for some food place. I don't know, whoever sponsors the event. And that's my point. Align yourself up with people like that, and they'll be able to do this for you. Hey, trade in your old smartphone that's just sitting in the drawer, rather than selling it on the internet, to someone. Trade it in. It's going to a good cause. Here's the cause, and you get a $20, $25 gift card to go to a restaurant of your choice. Something like that. We could do it. I just think we need to see that happening. We need to see that kind of style of stuff from Stellar happening. And I think Stellar needs to start walking around like they're swinging a big one. I think they need to walk around just a little bit more like they're swinging a big one, because they are an OG chain that has stood the test of time of all these different like runs and crashes. So I think Stellar's got a lot more stick to swing than most other chains out there. Most other chains out there, you can't click on a 5-year and show them. Okay? You can't do this. You can't do this with Doge. Stellar has stood the test of time. Look at this. So you think of the bearish activity that we went through now is bad. What about all those Stellar diehards that are hanging out with us right now that were into it late December 2018, just sitting around for nothing for 2 years? For nothing. And yet the chain still survived. So even during this time period, even during this 2-year crypto winter, this bear phase right here that lasted 2 years, even though it lasted 2 years, the chain was still able to rally afterwards. Stellar's got to just embrace that. They really do. They have to embrace that. And just letting everyone know, we're going to go to 8:15 tonight. I wanted to hang out with the wife, especially before I go to Colorado. Because remember, if you guys haven't heard already, I am going to Colorado. I'm leaving next week. I'm going to be gone about 2 weeks. I'm going to be coming back right before Easter. All the updates of my trip that I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be doing some really extreme stuff on this trip, all the updates of my trip are going to be on the Adventures with Klaus page. Hit that subscribe button. Join that page just so you can see all the updates. And I don't know if any of you out there are into stealth car camping. Yep, in this video right here, my wife and I took our Subaru and did some stealth camping in a gated community marina. Thought you guys would like that. Twitch Radio says cash for your old ledgers. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, that's how we would create it. It'd be like a cash for clunkers thing, except like, we do it with our phones. You know, a government-sponsored, you know, $25 gift card. I'd rather that. I'd rather the government give everyone turn in a smartphone for 25 bucks and have my taxes go to that, and then know that the 25 bucks goes to a restaurant, which is an industry that needs it. And know that that phone would go to like a company like Stellar Development, who would then make sure that that phone gets programmed and have a wallet put into it. I would gladly do that. I would gladly do that rather than selling my old phones on the internet when I wanna trade them in. Totally do that. All right. Oh. All right. So how is everyone feeling tonight right now? We have been talking about a whole bunch of cool stuff. We've been talking about scams, schemes. I have been showing you guys proof. Yes. Ooh, look, Mill Creek Campground. Really, really cool place, by the way. Mill Creek Campground. Love that. That's where I stayed last year. It was in the middle of mountains. Really hardcore. But we've been talking about a lot of stuff. All right. Yeah. Yeah, same here. Give me your ledger and your 24 words. Yes, please, please do that. But yeah, I think we're all here, all for the same thing. We want to see Stellar succeed, and not just succeed. We want it to thrive. But I do have to caution all of you out there. All right, I do have to caution all of you out there. If we do not, I repeat, if we do not take care of the chain will become rampant with spam, and it'll turn just like into MySpace, and it'll turn just like into Craigslist, where bots, scams, and schemes rule the roost. Twitch chimes in laughing. Sure, let me get right on that. I know, right? Yeah, please share with the group, Twitch. Share with the group. I Love XLM says, look at the chart from 2021 till now. Looks similar to the chart between 2017 and 18. But this one now looks much larger. And Diego says, shit hey. Shit hey. I don't know what shit hey is, but, you know, just throwing it out there. But remember, we're going to go till 8:15 tonight. Let's do that. Let's get rid of Patrick and Sponge over here. Let's go to that chart real quick right here. So we're saying here that it looked like from 2021 till now. I see it. Looks exactly like it did here. It did. They look very similar now. Oops, I just messed up my thing. They look very similar. Yeah, I mean, they do. They have similar runs up. This is what he's talking about here, the run up there. But you could see this was much stronger. Look at this. This took next to no time. Next to no time to run that. I keep messing up my lines, you guys. Where this here, you could see all the different steps and corrections. Let's see. Jesse Gonzalez chimes in. PI Network should join the Stellar Network. Twitch laughs. Yeah, no kidding. Klaus and I were talking about that about a couple hours ago. Exactly. I think we're all thinking the same things. We do. We want the best. We want the best for Stellar, but we need some better protocols here. We need vetting. Maybe we need vetting by like the, you know, like the, I don't know. I mean, if they're launching it on Lobster, maybe Lobster could vet them. The exchanges could vet them, but we do need something. We do need something because this is really strangling a lot of people's resources. Proof right here on the screen. Trey Trillionaire. Yep. Trey Trillionaire. Says that even his team, they got 10,000 followers in 24 hours with the majority of bots flooding their Twitter page. They have bots attacking their crypto project on Twitter. Multiple hours a week spent in multiple meetings about scam issues and bots. It ruins productivity. Lee Anderson chimes in. Hope you get a pass to Cheyenne Mountain. You know, Lee, I don't know where we're going in Colorado. I'm glad you brought that up. I will go back to that. I don't know where we're going to go. And the reason I don't know where we're going to go is I still don't know yet what is happening with the weather. So let me, hold on. Let me show this Google Earth. All right. Give me a second here, guys. We're going to go to... No, it is not vaccine mandatory to hike in Colorado. The bears don't want COVID. No. Colorado is actually really, really cool. Like, if you stay out of certain areas, Colorado is really cool. All right, so kind of show you guys. Ideally, where I want to go, Trinidad. I don't want to go to Trinidad, Colorado, you guys. Just give me a second here. So let's rotate the big girl on up. Trinidad. Okay, so ideally, if you zoom out, ideally where I want to go is I want to go somewhere through here. These are private right here. Those are private ranges. So somewhere I'd be coming through here, Gunnison. If I can get through, I'll start kind of thinking about out here. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go further up to Denver and go to the Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forest as well as Rocky Mountain National Park. So we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens, Lee, and I'll be able to keep everyone informed. So yeah, please check out that channel because that's where I'm going to be posting all the updates. It's Adventure with Klaus. I got it up on the screen right now. Get to your comments. Diego says, learn today that Jed doesn't even work on the XLM project full-time. Well, I wouldn't work on the project full-time, not if I was a mega billionaire. Like, there's other things to life than knocking out crypto. I'm sure that dude has got 10,000 pokers in the fire. Okay, think about this. Mark Cuban. Does Mark Cuban work on the Dallas Mavericks 24/7? No, he does not. He doesn't. All right, Mark Cuban, Jed McCaleb, you see my point? They don't spend 24/7. These people have plenty of pokers in the fire. Wigbuster chimes in, how long is the drive? So from me to get out to that area in Colorado, all right, I'll show you guys. I'm here in the upstate. I'm going to take this way through here. It is about 22, 23 hours right here, 26, 27 to go deeper in like the San Juan Mountains, and about 22, 23 hours to kind of get me to Denver, Rocky Mountain National Park. So we're going to stop somewhere. We might hike in New Mexico a little bit for a day or two. We also might stop in Arkansas for a day and camp out. So Bob and I are going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have lots and lots of fun. Let's see. Diego says, Stellar will benefit by government clarification. Yes, they will. Stellar will definitely benefit by government clarification. Twitch says, I'm into DCA and gold right now, though. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. So Twitch is being bullish on gold. Interesting because that is what I've been looking at. I've been looking at gold, and I've been looking at gold derivatives. You can get some of them very, very cheap, cheaper than gold itself, proportionately. Just throwing it out there, Twitch. You can get some of them cheaper than gold proportionally. With dividends, too. With dividends. Just think about that. Let's see. I Love XLM says, oh, you live near the Georgian Guidestone. I don't know what the Georgian Guidestone is. I live in the upstate. You guys know, like, Clemson football? Like, I'm sure y'all have heard of Clemson football. I live, like, right by Clemson. Like, right by Clemson. I'm way up here in the upstate. Like, way up there in the upstate. So for me, this is kind of like my home base area, upstate. So yeah, we are. We're going to be going out here into Colorado. And my thing is this, is ideally, I would love to kind of maybe come in through here, you know, Gunnison into BV. But the roads are like, a lot of the passes here are still closed. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Twitch Radio chimes in, and Twitch Radio says, we don't have the tools as normies for to say that Stellar even listen to half the time. I wish they would have better lines of communication between holders and the main teams governing what's going on. Let me see. I'm going to Google it right now. I Love XLM. Georgian Guidestone. Let's do that. Georgian Guidestones. Let me see what that is. Georgian Guidestones. Alberton, Georgia. Huh. I did not know that. What the heck is this? I did not know that. Huh. This is no, I'm gonna have to check. I did not know about this. Thank you, I Love XLM. Yeah, Diego, I do remember when I FOMO'd into XLM at 33. That was right before the congressional hearing, and the reason I FOMO'd into 33 was because if the congressional hearing was going to send off Stellar, I wanted to hedge my bets. So yes, I played a pretty smart move. I hedged, and I'm still not upset that I bought in right at 33. Why? Because guess what? I'm not selling yet. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at this just to see where this Georgia stone is. Yeah, that's actually like really, really close to me. That is actually that's a couple hours away from me. I had no idea that this was here. Georgian Guidestones. I'm gonna have to check this out. Thank you for that. I Love XLM. Thank you. I totally appreciate it. Yeah, this is right by that's a cool one. I'm gonna grab my notebook right here. I'm gonna add this to my list of things I gotta do here. Let me do that here. All right, give me a second here. And we got Diego chiming in saying, remember when we were talking about XLOOM above 50 by the end of 2021? That never happened. No, it didn't. The whole market crashed. It's not just, let me see. Give me a second here. Georgian, give me a second, guys. Guidestones. Very cool. I'm definitely going to check that out. Georgian Guidestones. No, and Diego, you're right. The whole market pulled back. The whole market turned to crap. So it wasn't just Stellar. I mean, if you want to beat up on Stellar, you're welcome to do that. Oh, shit. My dog is throwing up, everyone. I got to end the stream right now. My dog is getting real sick. So thank you, everyone, for watching.